G'day guys, welcome back to another episode. We are back in the shed and we're working on our army camp trailer. We have seriously not been in here for probably about 5 weeks to work on this thing, and it's so bloody close to being ready. So let's play the intro and get into today's video. So we are back in the shed today and we're going to continue work on our camp trailer. Now I haven't actually been in here for about 5 weeks, so I'm excited to get some progress done on this thing, because it's just been sitting here doing bloody nothing. So as you guys know, we extended this drawbar here and I added in these side beams, and I also made that spare tire mount. Now there was a lot of concern about the strength of this, so today I am going to be bracing that up quite a fair bit more, and I'm hoping to actually brace this bar up a lot more as well and just give that drawbar a whole lot of strength. Now I do also want to get that whole drawbar there painted, and we actually haven't painted underneath the trailer at all. And once underneath is painted and the drawbar is painted, we are actually just about done with paint as far as I can see at the moment anyway. So it'll be really nice to get all of that done today. Now what I'm going to do first is where we've actually welded the drawbar extension on, we've done it in 2 places. I'm actually going to add another bar in here, and I'm going to separate it halfway, and it's just holding that drawbar together just that little bit more. And if you can see there, our other joint is actually directly in line with the spare tire carrier. So I want to run a bar across there and then brace this tire carrier back to that bar again. And then I can't see an issue at all with the strength of the spare tire carrier. I think it will be plenty strong enough once we add that brace. So let's get into some work. I'm going to take this toolbox off. I'm going to take the spare tire off. I'm going to take all these jerry cans out and just start getting this ready to weld some bars in. Once those bars are in, we can look at getting some paint on it. It's very exciting. We're definitely on the last legs of this build, and I'm excited to actually get it out and test it. So enough talk, guys. Let's get into some bloody work. All right, so that is now the drawbar strengthened up an absolute shit ton. What I tried to do is where the joins are for the drawbar extension, I actually just put a bar across and then welded right around the outside, so it's also stitching those 2 pieces again together. And on the spare tire carrier, I've done the same. So I've joined a bar across right to where it joined. The spare tire carrier is right on that seam weld as well. And up top, I added this bit of flat bar, and that is just connecting this piece with this piece even more. I don't think we are gonna have any issues with this spare tire carrier anymore, so I hope that pleases everyone. But now that that's done, I wanna move on to the painting. Now, obviously I have to prep all the surfaces. I'm not gonna go super crazy because we're using like a raptor liner, and raptor liner sticks to anything anyways. Anything that's really rusty, just like this jerry can holder here, I'll probably just quickly wire wheel that, and then the rest of it, I'll probably just sand it and lightly scuff it. As for underneath the trailer, it's not done as well, so I'll probably have to climb under there and wire wheel the bottom of that. As much as I don't wanna get under there and wire wheel, I'm gonna do it because the prep is the key with painting, as we all know. So I'm gonna make a start on the prep, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Geez, that absolutely bloody sucked getting under there and doing that, but we are finally done with the prep work for the paint. I've never used this bed liner before, so I'm very keen to try it out and see how it goes. Now, I've just laid down a tarp on the ground. I don't really know how messy this is going to be because I am spraying with a Schutz gun. I've never actually painted with a Schutz gun before, so I have no idea if I'm about to paint my whole shed or just the trailer, but I'll just take it slow and see how we go. If there's heaps of overspray, I'll probably just have to move it outside and paint it outside. As you can see, everything is nicely sanded back. A bit hard to show you guys underneath, but it was an absolute bloody nightmare getting that done. This stuff here comes with a hardener, so it is a 2-pack paint, and what I need to do is just mix that and that, shake it up, and then my Schutz gun actually connects straight to the top of this, so that's why it's nice and easy. And we've got full directions on the back of how to apply it. Now, obviously, I don't want to paint the trailer itself, so I do have to do a bit of masking here. I'm also going to mask off the jockey wheel and a couple of other things. I'm getting really excited because we are super close to seeing this thing in its final form. So I'm going to quickly mask this thing up and I'll see you guys in a sec. So guys, we're all masked up. As you can see, we've done a bloody ripper of a job here. We're fully masked up, ready to go, ready to paint. I know I always say painting isn't the prep work, and right now, I'm obviously skipping some prep work. I just really want to try and see how that sprays because I'm running out of time. I really need to get this painted, and if it's controllable and easy to spray, I'm not going to need to mask any more than what I've done because I'm basically just doing underneath the trailer. It's more up the front here that I was just scared to hit the trailer there. So at least that's done. I'm not really stressed about this, but it is time to mix up some paint and get the air compressor ready, and then I can actually start finally spraying this trailer down. Now, like I said, we're using Rob liner on this job. I've never tried it, so I'm keen to see how it goes. I mix it with a hardener, meaning that it is a 2-pack paint. I was originally going to stone guard it, but I seen this and I figured I may as well try it. 2K, anything 2K is normally very strong. It goes really hard, so we should be right. And I'm pretty sure the texture is going to be nice as well. Get the air compressor ready. It does say on the back here to spray at 60 PSI. So I'll probably put it at 50 PSI. I just always seem to go 50 PSI. I'll get my Schutz gun ready. Then we can start laying some blobs and see how this bed liner goes. All right, so all I got to do is shove that in there, do this up. All right, so let's try it somewhere that you don't see under here. Oh, dude, that's so nice. Not so good part. I just used one already and I only have 2, so outlook not good for the underneath of the trailer at the moment. All right, this is our last can. I'm gonna try and make it really last here. I'm always amazed at how much paint can transform something. This just went from looking average to looking mint. Have a bloody go at it, would ya? Look how nice that come up. It actually looks so much better with even those braces and that little thing at the top. And that brace there, that come out perfect. I love the texture of that stuff. I think it turned out amazing. But I did actually fail pretty hard. I only bought 2 liters. I honestly thought that would be enough because we painted the whole trailer with 4 liters. So I figured that 2 liters would be enough. But I think because it's spraying like skinny box, you're wasting so much of it. So I did use 2 cans just doing the front section. So underneath the trailer still needs doing. That stuff is super, super messy when you spray it out of that gun. It just went everywhere. You can see I've tried to clean most of it, but it went all over my benches, all over the walls. Definitely recommend if you're gonna spray with a Schutz gun to mask like either your whole shed up or do it outside in like a paddock or something like that, because it was just way too uncontrollable. Now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna wait for this paint to dry, and then I'm gonna come back in the shed. I'm gonna chuck the toolbox and the spare wheel back on. I'm actually thinking that I'll probably mount the toolbox for the first time because I can't see it coming off again after this. So don't go anywhere, I'll be back in the shed and we'll get that done. Righto guys, I'm back in the shed and I've actually already started some of the work. You see under there is all nice and black now, and if we have a look under here, it is all nice and painted. You see we've got that really nice tough texture under here, so we aren't going to be getting any rust anytime soon. Now what I want to get done today is I want to put that toolbox on and actually finally mount it to the trailer itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some holes in this before the box goes on. Then we can just drill up from the bottom through the box, use some nice large washers because that is only quite thin aluminium, that box. So I'll get that mounted on, but before we do that, I do actually have to chuck some bolts in here to secure the body back down to the frame. And then we're looking pretty good to chuck the spare wheel and the jerry cans back on and take a look at this thing all painted up. So I'm going to start drilling some holes so we can get this box mounted, and then we can get it outside and have a look. Righto guys, we finally now have the spare on, the 3 jerry cans and our toolbox fully mounted up. She is very, very stout. Inside here I use 4 really big washers, so the chance of that getting pulled out is very slim. I really don't know how I'm going to do the water system yet. You can obviously get the taps that go into the bottom of jerry cans, but you can see my tap won't fit into the jerry can holder, so we're probably going to have to make something pretty custom to use these. But I kind of did want to be able to bring one of these to the back of the trailer and kind of sit it either on this step or even on the mud guard or something like that, so we can have water at the back of the trailer when we're cooking. So if you guys do have any suggestions on how to do a water system, please let me know in the comments below, because that is probably the only thing that I'm struggling to think about right now. As for the rest of the trailer, we are so bloody close. We are now done with paint, we're done with welding, we are done with fabricating anything new. All we got to do is that water system. I got to do the tail lights, extend the plug. Also have to wire some stuff into coal to make sure that the battery gets charged when I'm towing it. We also have to mount the gas bottle on that step there. And then after that, it's just literally a case of cleaning everything up, loading it up with all my camp stuff that's sitting over in the corner there, and taking it for a test drive. And then when we take it for a test drive, I do want to put it on a weigh bridge and just find out exactly how much this thing weighs. Because if you guys don't know, it is rated to 750 kilos. I did buy a 1-ton axle, but I should be braked at anything over 750. So you guys are wondering what I'm going to put in this box. It's basically going to be a storage box for clothes and anything that we're bringing from the house into the trailer. We all know that when you go camping, your clothes, normally you put them in a bag and the bag just gets tucked in a corner somewhere, and your dirty clothes get mixed with the clean clothes and just becomes a nightmare. So I think it would be great to leave this dedicated for just our household stuff. But honestly, I reckon we're probably about 90% of the way. We only have 10% left. Now this 10% is a slow 10%, I will admit that, but it is very exciting getting it this close to being done. So that is going to be it for today's episode. Actually got a fair bit done, even though it might have been a bit of a slow episode. This is obviously something that definitely needed doing, and it was just a slow process getting everything painted. But hey, we got there and it is looking absolutely mint. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this setup. But that is going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little episode. I did just want to quickly say thank you to everyone who did do the pre-order t-shirt. I have put the order in and I will get them out to you as soon as possible, but I really appreciate you guys ordering merch. Thanks for sticking around, guys, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.